The government of the city of Salatiga in central Java will be providing 200 million rupiah in subsidies to tofu and tempe producers with the hope of reducing their financial burden amid the surge in soybean prices. In recent weeks, the price of soybean in Indonesia has gone up by 16 to 40% from the previous 10 to 12,000 rupiah per kilogram. Now, soybean prices have risen to 14,000 rupiah per kilogram. Now, many tofu and tempeh producers have been forced to use less soybean in their mixtures. In response, the government of the city of Salatiga in central Java will provide 200 million rupiah to subsidize the price of 100 tons of soybean used at the producer level. Tofu and tempeh makers can now buy these price-subsidized soybean at 12,000 rupiah per kilogram, which is 16% cheaper compared to the current market price.
Kaitannya kami akan membantu dengan inflasi yang sangat memberatkan pengrajin tahu tempe, maka pemerintah Kota Salatiga lewat anggaran APBD Kota dengan cara kita paksakan memang untuk bisa mengalokasikan dana ini, ya tujuannya untuk mensejahterakan masyarakat Kota Salatiga kaitannya para pengrajin tahu tempe.
Nilainya berapa, Bu?
200 juta.
Untuk berapa, Bu?
Untuk 1.000 ton, atau
1.000 kilo?
100 ton, karena 1 kilonya 2.000. Ya, dan di sini Salatiga ada 206 pengrajin, harapan kami semuanya bisa.
Meanwhile, the Indonesian Minister of Finance, Mulyani Indrawati, assured that the Indonesian government will continue to provide social protection programs to assist Indonesians amid a rise in food and energy costs. Up until October, the Indonesian government has spent 333.8 trillion rupiah on social protection programs and also spent over 15.6 trillion rupiah on other assistance programs, including the distribution of cash to low-income families. Amid an increasingly difficult global economic condition, the Indonesian government continued to provide financial safety nets for those who need it most. Up until October 2022, the Indonesian government have spent 333.8 trillion rupiah on social protection programs and 15.6 trillion rupiah on additional assistance programs. The additional programs consist of direct cash assistance for fuel spending, alongside wage cash subsidies and funds to support regional governments. The cash assistance for fuel spending was provided by the government following the recent 30 to 32% hike in subsidized fuel prices. Over 20.6 million families received the 600,000 rupiah in cash distributed over the space of 4 months.
Ini sekarang sudah direalisir 6,21 triliun karena memang Kementerian Sosial sengaja membayarkannya separuh dulu dan nanti separuh akan mulai dibayarkan pada bulan Desember ini. Jadi nanti realisasinya akan mencapai 12,4. Tapi yang penyaluran sampai dengan akhir Oktober memang dibuat dan didesain separuh dulu. Ini saya harapkan juga akan membantu masyarakat menjelang akhir tahun, terutama untuk kelompok masyarakat bawah.
Meanwhile, the Indonesian government have so far spent over 7.6 trillion rupiah in a wage subsidy program, which provides cash to workers with a monthly wage of 3.5 million rupiah or below. The wage subsidies were distributed in a bid to help workers cope with the recent rise in prices. Meanwhile, up until November, the government have also spent 280.7 trillion rupiah on its economic recovery program, mostly consisting of social aid packages to help Indonesians face the economic challenges brought on by the pandemic.
Menjaga pemulihan ekonomi nasional dengan memberikan bantuan sosial perlinsos yang cukup besar, 154,76 triliun dan sudah direalisir 123 triliun rupiah. Ini nanti sebagian lagi adalah yang tadi, yang bantuan subsidi karena bantuan sosial karena kenaikan BBM yang akan direalisir oleh Kementerian Sosial pada bulan Desember nanti.
The Indonesian government have also spent over 109 trillion rupiah on a separate economic recovery program, which includes 18.7 trillion rupiah to ensure food security, an issue that is extremely pertinent amid the Russia-Ukraine war that has triggered a shortage in global food supplies.